Thanks for tuning in. Again, this is Roger Lazzarino with Mid-Florida Realty, and today we're going to talk a little bit about one of our first-time home buyer programs. This one's very unique because the middle credit score that you have to have on this particular program is only a 600, but it is restricted to first-time home buyers. And before we talk specifically about that particular 600 middle credit score program, let's talk a little bit about down payment assistance in general. And Florida's got at least 100 different down payment assistance programs, and Florida, I would tell you, leads the way in that arena, and I don't know of any other state in the union that has as many down payment assistance programs as Florida. You'll probably qualify for at least one of the programs, and most likely a couple of them. Mid-Florida Realty specializes in down payment assistance and really only works with the most advantageous of these programs. And by the way, even though we do have mortgage loan officers on staff, we don't charge our buyers an additional fee for that level of consultation. We obviously do it just to help them get into the house for at least amount of money out of pocket, and so they can purchase the nicest house that they possibly can afford. Almost all of these programs allow for between 97 and 100% financing of your home. But please keep in mind that 100% financing doesn't necessarily mean no down payment. Somebody's going to have to pay for the closing costs, and generally it's a combination of you and the seller. At Mid-Florida Realty, we try to negotiate all of the closing costs from the seller to minimize your out-of-pocket expenses, but there's really no way to predict how much we can get the seller to pay on your behalf. It really just depends on the house, the credit scores, the loan program, the seller's attitude, and generally your closing costs are going to be as little as $3,000, but could be as much as $8,500. But again, there's no way to really pinpoint how much that's going to be. Now let's talk about this 97% mortgage financing with no mortgage insurance and no origination fee. And the benefits of this program are very incredible. I mean, they really are. This program is for any first-time home buyer in most of the areas in Florida. You will want to check with us to make sure that you're in an area that we can use this loan. This loan has no upfront mortgage insurance, and what that means is this program saves you 1.75% in upfront mortgage insurance of the loan versus a regular FHA mortgage, which is going to charge you the 1.75% in upfront mortgage insurance as well as the monthly mortgage insurance. On this loan, there is no monthly mortgage insurance, and of course that can save you several $100s a month in your mortgage payment. There's also no origination fees required, so you have significantly lower closing costs. And again, this is a major out-of-pocket savings. All three of those savings can enable the buyer to purchase a home that's a lot nicer for the exact same amount of money as if they actually had mortgage insurance. This loan generally has lower mortgage rates than either standard conventional or FHA rates. They do have super low rates on their ARM product, and it's just an incredible program. The borrower housing ratios, though, are a little bit lower, and the housing ratio is 33%, and the full debt to income ratio has to be less than 41%. Again, you'll need to speak with one of the Mid-Florida Realty agents to help further explain those programs and those guidelines. There is a HUD-approved buyer's education course that is required on this program, and depending on the variation of the loan, which is your choice, you can possibly get up to $1,000 towards your closing cost. And again, there is a first-time home buyer requirement. This is truly a spectacular program for someone with above 600 credit scores, because almost all of the down payment assistance programs begin at 640. So again, this is definitely worth taking a look at. So the next question is where can the down payment come from? Well, the down payment is the money that the buyer uses to establish enough equity to allow the mortgage lender to lend the balance of the home's purchase price. The down payment must come from the following sources, and there are no exceptions: the buyer's own bank or asset accounts, gift funds from the relative or employer, or even a good friend, or an approved DPA program. On this particular program, though, you cannot layer down payment assistance with this particular program. So it's going to have to come at least $1,000 from the borrower. And the rest of the down payment can come in the form of a gift. To let you know where the down payment cannot come from is it can't come from the builder, can't come from the seller, can't come from a realtor, or any unseasoned funds that are in a bank account that just appeared in a bank account within 60 days of closing. So the money has to be seasoned in your bank account for at least 2 months for you to be able to use it as part of your down payment. The money can't come from a personal loan or any money that's lent to you in any way, shape, or form. It actually has to be a real gift that's not expected to be paid back. And a gift letter will have to accompany however much money that is. And don't be surprised if the underwriter is going to want to make sure that the money came from someone else's account into your account. Again, this goes back to the seasoning issue. All sources of money must be verified and re-verified. So whenever you're getting involved in a mortgage loan, it's very important that you understand that you've got to play by the rules. And these rules are verified and re-verified. So there's no cheating the system. And the underwriters in the closing departments pull reports you've never heard of that tell everything about you. So if you don't own up to it in the very beginning, they sure will find out at the very end. And that might stop you from getting a mortgage loan. So be truthful, be honest all the way through, volunteer information, because certainly it's going to come up down the road. And you don't want to lose your inspection money, your appraisal money, and your earnest money deposit. So just be straight all the way down the road. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, I'm Roger Lazzarino with Mid-Florida Realty. Our office number is 863-800-1011. And if you need help purchasing a home, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to be involved. We've got agents in several areas in Florida. So good luck, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon. Take care.